All right, so welcome to another week of Flames. Seat 1, Srinath. Seat 2, Eduard. Seat 3, Shashwat. And Seat 4, Rahim. Standard rules, both hands on screen, always. Srinath, your set of 2. Here we go. Yeah. Which sport played officially only in the 1900 Olympics and then appearing as a demo sport in 1924, 1968, and 1992 uses the equipment shown here. A variant called High Ally is played worldwide, but especially in Spain and Latin America.
Basque pelota.
Basque pelota is correct. All right. Which annual music festival held in the Union Park of Chicago is organized by the namesake music publication whose logo you can see? The publication, today owned by Condé Nast, began as an independent blog focused on indie rock. 10 seconds. Yeah, need an answer?
I don't know. North by Northwest?
No, it's not North by Northwest. Edward?
Pass.
Pass. Shashwat?
Pass.
Okay. Rahim?
Pitchforks?
Yes, that is correct. That's finally the right answer. Pitchfork. That's the name of the festival here. It's Pitchfork. All right. Edward, set of 2. Traditionally, these items were symbols of luxury and works of art in their own right. In the 17th and 18th century, in Europe, wealthy households constructed splendid versions to entertain visitors and to exercise their excellent taste. At the same time, they were used to teach girls domestic skills. What item, now usually mass-produced, is being talked about here? It is also the English title of a Henrik Ibsen play.
Dollhouses.
Yeah, it's a dollhouse, yes. Next question. Among the earliest recorded food delivery practices is that of Haejang-guk, being delivered to the Korean yangban or gentry. Haejang-guk refers to any kind of soup with a specific purpose, consisting of dried cabbage, vegetables, and meat in a hearty beef broth. What is the purpose of the soup? Which implies a need for delivery, as people would be indisposed to eat at restaurant. Yeah, 10 seconds. Okay, any answer?
I don't know. It should be eaten in the family.
No, not quite. Shashwat?
Is this sick food?
No.
Like-
Srinath? No, not sick food. Srinath passing. Rahim?
Drunk people?
So, explain.
Like if you're like hungover, maybe.
Yeah, that
like,
is correct. Yeah, it's not sick. It's cured for hangover. Well done. Nice answer there. Okay, Shashwat, set of 2 for you. This 1989 novel, adapted into a film in 1993, focuses on 4 Chinese-American immigrant families in San Francisco who start a group to play the game of Mahjong for money while feasting on a variety of food. Structured like a Mahjong game with 4 parts divided into 4 sections to create 16 chapters. Which novel is this named after the group the family start? Okay, 10 seconds. Yeah,
the kitty party. The kitty party.
Not quite. Srinath?
Pass.
Okay, Srinath passing. Edward?
Pass.
Pass. Rahim?
pass.
Okay, first X of the quiz. This is the Joy Luck Club by Amy Tan. This is the Joy Luck Club. All right, Shashwat, next direct. Many tennis greats, despite winning 3 of the 4 slams, have missed out on the Wimbledon crown. Which tennis great, winner of 8 Grand Slam singles titles in the Open era, failed to win any of them at the Wimbledon after losing both of the 1970 and 74 finals? Much like the cricketer Venkatpati Raju, he was nicknamed Muscles because he didn't have any.
Rosewall.
Yeah, that is correct. Ken Rosewall. Rahim, 2 questions. The huge statues, murals, and banners you see being dutifully applauded at military processions, as well as the poster image that surround North Korean daily life, are all made by the studio's 4,000 staff. What is the studio considered the biggest in the world and catering to North Korea's considerable domestic propaganda needs, named after the eponymous district in the heart of Pyongyang or Pyongyang?
Chaedong.
No, not quite. Srinath.
Pass.
Pass. Edward.
Pass.
Pass. Shashwat.
Pass.
Pass. Might be the least answered in this quiz. This is a studio called Mansudae or Mansudae Art Studio in North Korea. Rahim, next question. The Problem with Dash is a new late night talk show on Apple Plus hosted by which American comedian? The former host of The Daily Show on Comedy Central from 1999 to 2015. His show featured correspondents like Steve Carell, Samantha Bee, and Trevor Noah, who would later succeed him as the host of The Daily Show. So the image is from his college days.
David Letterman.
No, not quite. Srinath?
Colbert.
No, this is not Colbert. Sorry, Edward?
Pass.
Pass. Shashwat?
Leno.
No, this is not.
This is Jon Stewart?
Yeah, this is Jon Stewart. Yeah, this is Jon Stewart. It's close there with Colbert. Yeah, this is Jon Stewart. All right, that's the end of round 1. Srinath. The food delivery and return system is an institution enduring in Mumbai since the 1800s. Packed lunch boxes are collected from homes and transported to workplaces based on an elaborate marking system. Their claim of a 1 in 16 million chance of misplacing a box was exploited by the 2013 Hindi film Lunchbox. What system, named for its 5,000 workers, in turn named for what they transport?
Dabbawalas.
These are the Dabbawalas. So the Dabbawalas. All right, Srinath. The Sangeet Natak Academy recognizes 8 classical Indian dance. Which of the 8 classical Indian dance is named for the ancient sage who some say believed in the 3rd century? Sorry, some say lived in the 3rd century or 6th century BCE. The said sage wrote Natya Shastra, the first major treatise or text on the performing art in the Sanskrit language.
Bharatanatyam.
Bharatanatyam is correct. 2-1-2. Well done. Edward. Pictured here is which child actor who then found breakout success in 10 Things I Hate About You. He played a young teen in the sitcom Family Ties.
Heath Ledger.
Yeah, same. Yeah, not quite. Not Heath Ledger. Srinath?
No.
Pass.
Pass. Okay, passing to Shashwat.
Pass.
Pass. Rahim. Who is this?
Pass. I
Okay.
know him. I can't remember his name.
This is Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
This is Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Okay. Edward, next direct for you. All You Need Is Skill is a 2004 novel by Hiroshi Sakurazaka that tells the story of Keiji Kiriya, a recruit in the United Defense Force fighting extraterrestrial called mimics. The tale of him falling into a time loop inspired which 2014 military sci-fi movie directed by Doug Liman. Ten seconds. Yeah, we need an answer.
Pass.
Pass. Srinath.
Pass.
Passing Shashwat.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah, Edge of Tomorrow is correct. Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt. All right, Shashwat, your set of 2. Chang'an, Dalian, and Tonghua are some of the major wine growing regions of which country? One of the top wine producing countries of the world. Some of the famous wine brands from this country include Changyu, Aoyu, and Rongzi.
China.
Yeah, China is correct. Which annual electronic dance music festival is very aptly held at a town called Boom in the Flanders region of Belgium? Held since 2005, the festival's flag features a butterfly, a crown, and an eye. And it also shares its name with a 2015 sci-fi film starring George Clooney.
Tomorrowland.
Yeah, Tomorrowland is correct. Starring Clooney and Hugh Laurie. Okay, Rahim. Which 1997 big budget film version of a sci-fi military classic novel from 1959 generated controversy over its obvious Nazi imagery and endorsement of a fascist future? Mike Resnick, in his essay Military Sci-Fi, A Brief History, objected to the depiction of the characters, saying that the movie should have been titled Ken and Barbie Go to War rather than the two-word title shared with the novel.
Total Recall.
No, this is not Total Recall. Edward?
Pass.
Pass. Srinath?
Pass.
Passing. Shashwat?
Pass.
Next, this is Starship Troopers, by novel by Robert Heinlein. Starship Troopers. Rahim, next, direct of the classical Indian dances, which dance form usually performed in the style of drama, first originated in Northeast India and was so named since it was performed in Vaishnav monastery temples. These temples in Assam were the 15th century Bhakti movement scholar Saint Mahapurush Srimanta Shankara Dev stayed, credited with introducing this dance.
Pass.
Edward?
Pass.
Srinath?
Pass.
Srinath passing. Shashwat?
Pass.
All right, passing as well. Okay, this is a dance called Satriya. It's a dance called Satriya from Assam. Okay, that's the end of another round. Srinath. Greek director Yorgos Lanthimos is among the contemporary greats of international cinema. Which 2009 Yorgos Lanthimos psychological drama, winner of the Prix Uncertain Regard at Cannes, follows a couple who keep their children fenced in. The film is titled for the object shown in the movie poster here, which is also a fabric pattern named so for its resemblance to the object. Yeah, 10 seconds.
Is it a boomerang?
It's not a boomerang. Edward.
Pass.
Rahim.
Dogtooth.
Dogtooth. That's the name of the film. This is a dogtooth. Well done, Srinath. Next picture here is which child actor turned future superstar who acted alongside Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise in 1994's Interview with the Vampire as an 11-year-old.
Can you scroll down, please?
Yeah, that's the end actually.
Okay.
That's the, yeah.
You zoom in?
Sure.
Like you can't, right?
Yeah,
Into the.
I can. Yeah. Who is this?
Is this Scarlett Johansson?
Not Scarlett Johansson. Passing to Edward.
Pass.
Shashwat.
Pass.
Rahim.
Pass.
Pass. Next again. This is Kirsten Dunst. All right.
Wow.
Edward, set of 2. Which artist's work named Composition with Red, Blue and Yellow is paid tribute in these iconic dresses by YSL. Inspired by the painter's geometrical lines and bold colors, YSL presented 6 such cocktail dresses.
Piet Mondrian.
Yeah, Mondrian is correct. Author Baroness Karen Blixen is best known for Out of Africa, an account of her life in Kenya, and Babette's Feast, adapted into an Oscar-winning Danish film. What pseudonym did she use containing her maiden name and a first name which was the Danish version of her name meaning laughter, and the unexpected son of Sarah in the book of Genesis?
Isaac Dinesen.
Yeah, Isaac Dinesen is correct. 2-1-2 for you. Well done, Shashwat. The consumption of this thin Japanese buckwheat-based noodle arose as a Kyoto beriberi that the Tokugawa elites developed from their dependence on white rice, which lacks thiamine. Since 1700s, bicycle couriers carried them to the rich in tall stacks on their shoulders, with Tokyo police intervening in 1961 for safety reasons. What noodle that the government even provides a tattoo to check allergies for?
Soba.
Yeah, soba noodles. That's correct. Fatboy Slim's weapon of choice features Christopher Walken, who, with musical theater training, pounced at the opportunity to dance through the lobby of the Marriott Hotel in LA for this unforgettable video that won 6 MTV Video Music Awards. Born Adam Spiegel in NYC and getting his more famous name from a BMX bike store owner, who directed this iconic music video. In 1999, he made his feature film debut with Being John Malkovich. Yeah, 10 seconds. Sorry. Yeah, we'll need an
Spike
answer.
Jones. Spike Jones.
Yeah, Spike Jones is correct. Well done. This is Spike Jones. Rahim, which tennis great, winner of 8 major singles title, failed to win any of them at Wimbledon's, losing the 1986 and 87 finals to Boris Becker and Pat Cash, respectively. Considered the father of the inside-out forehand, he has also had a successful coaching stint, helping Andy Murray to get to 3 of his titles.
Agassi.
It's not Agassi. Edward.
Pass.
Srinath.
Stefan Edberg.
Not Stefan Edward. Shashwat.
Pass.
There's another X
Maxwell
here.
Lender.
No, this is Ivan Lendl. Ivan Lendl.
Should have guessed that.
Okay, Rahim, next question. Only played once in the 1900 Olympics with the French winning all medals. What sport uses the equipment seen here?
Okay.
This is croquet, yes. All right, round 4, starting. Srinath. In 1972, the co-founders of the feminist art program at the California Institute of Arts organized Women House, where female artists created artworks in an abandoned house. One of the co-founders, Miriam Shapiro, contributed this dollhouse that includes personal items from women all over the US. Who was the other co-founder most famous for her installation artwork involving 39 women, widely regarded as the first epic feminist artwork and the International Honor Quilt? Who is the other co-founder?
Judy Chicago.
Judy Chicago, yes, that is correct. Done. Srinath, this 2023 novel follows the life of Nazneen, a Bangladeshi woman who moves to London at age 18 to marry an older man, Chanu. It explores her life and adaptations in the community and their larger ethnic community. Which street in the East End of London, the heart of the Bangladeshi community there, is the novel named after?
Brick Lane.
Yeah, this is Brick Lane. All right, Edward. Which former rebel leader rose to power in 1997, ending the 32-year reign of President Mobutu Sese Seko? Hailed for bringing about change, this rebel leader's reign was short-lived after he was assassinated by one of his personal bodyguard in 2001. 8 days later, his son Joseph stepped into his shoes and later commissioned this 25-foot statue of his father in the capital Kinshasa to Mansude, albeit wearing a jacket straight out of the Kim's wardrobe.
Kabila.
Yeah, this is Kabila. Well done.
Laurent Kabila.
Yeah, this is Kabila. Edward, which 5-day festival of contemporary performing arts annually takes place at Pilton, Somerset? The center stage since its inception in 1970 has traditionally been a pyramid that has become the show's identity. Robbie Williams, in his song The 90s, refers to his surprise appearance on the festival stage with Oasis in 1995, which ultimately led him to leaving Take That. Ten seconds.
Pass.
Okay, passing to Srinath.
Glastonbury.
Yeah, this is Glastonbury Music Festival. And Shashwat, which sport appearing only in the 1904 and 1908 Olympic Games and a few times hence as the demo sports uses the equipment shown here? Its sports authority is the only international sports organization to recognize First Nation bands and Native American tribes as sovereign nations for the purpose of competing. 10 seconds.
Across.
Yeah, lacrosse is correct. Well done. Right. Shashwat, Laurie Simmons is an American artist famous for her staged photographs of dollhouses. Her daughter, who later featured on the annual Time 100 Most Influential People in the World list, is a writer, director, actress, and producer who created the HBO series Girl. Sorry, and the semi-autobio indie film Tiny Furniture, in which her mother plays herself. Who is this famous daughter? Sorry. Yeah, 10 seconds. Yeah, any answer?
Efren.
No. Edward.
Pass.
Pass. Rahim.
Lena Dunham.
Lena Dunham is correct. Well done. This is Lena Dunham. Rahim, yours two questions. Gianni Versace had a long-lasting friendship with this artist, with both being charmed by pop culture. In order to commemorate which artist did Versace dedicate his 1991 spring-summer collection to him? Versace incorporated brightly colored silk screen portraits of Hollywood icons onto skirts and maxi dresses as seen here.
Andy Warhol.
Yeah, Warhol is correct. One common reason women authors have used male pseudonyms has been to evade misogyny by publishers and the public. Which formidable trio took on the masculine names Currer Bell, Ellis Bell, Acton Bell to publish a volume of poetry in 1846?
The Bronte sisters.
Bronte sisters, 2 on 2. We are halfway through. Shashwat and Rahim died on 7. Srinath, provinces of Mendoza, San Juan, and La Rioja are the prominent wine-producing regions of which country? Some famous wine brands from this country include Vina Andrigo, Antigal, and Domaine Bosquet. Which country?
Vina, Enrico, Antigua.
Yeah, 10 seconds.
Chile.
Not Chile. Edward.
Spain.
I'm sorry?
Spain.
Not Spain either. Shashwat.
Argentina.
Argentina is correct. This is Argentina. All right, Srinath. The first person of Indian descent to host an American major broadcast network late night show, A Little Late with Dash, which comedian? Seen here in a superwoman persona from YouTube, is also the author of a book of books like How to Be a Bosse and Be a Triangle.
This Lily Singh.
Lily Singh. Yes, this is Lily Singh. Edward, 2 questions. Greek playwright Euripides' tragedy Iphigenia at Aulis, centered around the leader Agamemnon. Agamemnon and his familial sacrifices was adopted by Yorgos Lanthimos into which 2017 psychological thriller film, winner of the Best Screenplay Award at Cannes. Colin Farrell plays Agamemnon, while his wife is portrayed by Nicole Kidman.
Can you scroll?
Yeah, this is the poster.
The Lobster.
This is not The Lobster. Srinath.
Pass.
Pass. Shashwat.
Pass.
Oh, Rahim.
Killing of a Sacred Deer.
Killing of a Sacred Deer is correct. Done. Edward, starring Winona Ryder as both a real-life woman and a mannequin, who directed this music video for the song Here With Me by The Killers, inspired by the 1939 film Mad Love. This was the director's second collab with The Killers after the 2006 song Bones, with the overarching themes of gothic fantasy and horror reminiscent of his distinctive style that has since become an adjective.
Tim Burton.
Yeah, Tim Burton is correct. Well done. This is Tim Burton. Just 1 minute. All right, Shashwat, set of 2. It's not just the Kim dynasty that has a penchant for imposing artworks by Mansude Art Studio, located in a 12,000 square kilometer national park that also bears his name. Dr. Antonio Agostino Neto's mausoleum in the form of a 394 feet tall monolith is one of the architectural wonders of Africa, shipped directly from North Korea. In which nation would you find this monolith honoring Neto, the first president of the then newly independent nation? Yeah, 10 seconds.
Cape Verde.
Not Cape Verde. Edward?
Angola.
Yeah, Angola is correct. This is Angola. Shashwat, in 1986, which comedian became the first woman to host a late-night TV talk show? Her tough talking style of satirical humor was both praised and criticized as truthful and yet too personal and abrasive. The image you see here is from 1987, before she had so much plastic surgery done that she joked, when I die, they will donate my body to Tupperware. Yeah, 10 seconds. Will you answer?
Pass.
Pass. Edward.
Pass.
Srinath.
Pass.
Pass. Rahim.
Rivers.
Yes, Joan Rivers. That is correct. Nice answer there. This is Joan Rivers. Rahim capitalized 2 questions. Pictured here is which multi-Academy Award winner who first found fame in the 1969 sitcom The Courtship of Eddie's Father. Who is this?
Hoffman.
Yeah, it has. Actually, it does look like Hoffman, but not quite. Edward?
Jodie Foster.
Jodie Foster. Yes, that's correct. This is Jodie Foster. Rahim, the 2017 novel by Min Jin Lee follows a Korean family who immigrate to Japan and deals with themes like discrimination, stereotypes, and power, particularly in the context of the experience of Koreans in Japan during the Second World War. Named after a game whose unpredictable nature is a metaphor for the characters' stories and adapted into a TV series in 2022. Which novel is this?
No, pinball.
Pinball. No, not quite. Srinath.
Pachinko.
Pachinko. Yes, Pachinko is the name of the novel. This is Pachinko. All right, still very close. Srinath. Blending eras and aesthetics, fashion designer Pier Paolo Piccioli reinterpreted which artist's symbols in a particular painting through floating sheer gowns for his spring 2017 collection for Valentino, as seen here, based on the northern Flemish color palette of apple green, pale pink, and robin egg blue. This artist's iconography stands out for its originality and sensuality, with the whole painting interpreted as an allegory of sin. Which artist? Ten seconds, Srinath.
Bosch.
Yeah, Bosch is correct. The Garden of Earthly Delights being the painting shown here. Srinath, which term used to denote some 40 plus countries, including Nauru, New Zealand, Canada, Mexico, Peru, Russian Federation, and Japan, was used by Guillermo del Toro as a title of his 2013 military sci-fi movie pitting alien monsters against gigantic human-controlled mechas?
Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim is correct. Edward, which tennis player, winner of 9 Grand Slam singles titles, failed to win any of them at Wimbledon, losing in her only final in 1992 against Graf? She is the youngest ever winner of the singles title at the French Open, doing so at only 16 years of age in 1990. Yeah, 10 seconds.
Pass.
Okay, Shashwat.
Celis.
I'm sorry.
Celis.
Yeah, that is correct. Monica Seles is done. Edward, which of the recognized classical Indian dance form is named for the town marked in red?
Pass.
Passing to Srinath.
Kuchipudi.
Kuchipudi is correct. This is Kuchipudi. This is Kuchipudi. Shashwat set of 2. Which actor with a short-lived career first found fame when he played one of the 4 teens looking for a missing body in the 1986 coming-of-age Rob Reiner film Stand By Me? Who is this? Yeah, 10 seconds. Shashwat.
Reeves.
Oh, no. Edward.
River Phoenix.
River Phoenix. Yes, that is correct. Short-lived actor. River Phoenix. Shashwat, Dolce & Gabbana created this campaign that extolled the sensual but also the romantic side of female beauty, complete with baroque mirror. The curvy lines T&G used went against the discrimination of different body types in the fashion industry, appropriately towing the line of which painter, painting in visual, whose surname has become a byword for plump or rounded in an attractive way. Which painter? Ten seconds. Shashwat? I think he is frozen.
No,
Shashwat?
no.
Oh, it's not frozen.
Uh,
All right, answer,
sorry.
please.
Goya.
Will not Goya, Edward?
Rubens.
PPR, yes, Peter Paul Rubens. That is correct. So Venus looking in the mirror. That's the painting here. Rahim, which 2008 Yorgos Lanthimos period black comedy film, winner of the Grand Jury Prize at the Venice International Film Festival, tells the story of 2 ladies vying to be liked by Queen Anne? Coleman won the Academy Award for Best Actress for her performance, while the film grabbed 7 BAFTAs.
Favorite.
Yeah, it's his favorite.
Sorry, what's the answer?
The favorite. The favorite. Excellent film. Rahim. Queen Mary's Dolls House is a dollhouse completed in 1924. It was crafted for the wife of King George V by over 1,500 artists in a 1:12 scale and was described as the largest, most beautiful and most famous dolls in the world by the Royal Trust Collection. Which architect with capital influence in India designed this dollhouse?
Le Corbusier.
Not Le Corbusier. Srinath.
Lutyens.
Edwin Lutyens is correct. This is Lutyens, yeah. Corbusier does have an influence. This is Sir Edwin Lutyens. All right, so that's the end of another round. Penultimate round. Score still pretty close. Srinath, here we go. Unveiled in 2005, the 3 Dikosi monument by Mansude commemorates the leading figures in which African country's independence story. The 17.7 feet tall bronze statues depicted the 3 tribal chiefs Dikosi, who traveled to London in 1895 to ask if their lands could be separated from South Africa and Rhodesia. The statue is the most visited tourist spot in the capital of Gaborone. Srinath, 10 seconds.
Mm.
Will you need an answer?
Botswana.
Botswana is correct. Nicely answered there. Botswana, well done. Srinath, which director's debut feature film, My Own Private Idaho, featured Michael Peter Balzari, aka Flea, from RHCP. After getting to know each other there, he directed the video for RHCP's hit single Under the Bridge of their landmark album Blood Sugar Sex Magic, and again in 2007 he directed Desecration Smile of their 2007 double album Stadium Arcadium. Which director? Ten seconds.
Lynch.
Not David Lynch. Stan. Edward, sorry.
Pass.
Pass. Shashwat.
Pass.
Okay, Rahim.
Pass.
Oh, that's an X here. is the director of films like Good Will Hunting, Milk. This is Gus Van Sant.
One sign.
Gus Van Sant. Eduard set of 2. Art Fern, the tea time movie announcer, Karnak the Magnificent, Floyd R. Turbo American, and Maharshi are some of the recurring characters played by which legendary American late night TV host on his NBC show from 1962 to 1992. The line his sidekick Ed McMahon used to introduce him on the show would also be reprised on the big screen.
Pass.
Pass. Shashwat.
Pass.
Pass. Rahim.
Pass.
Oh.
Srinath.
Is this Carson?
Yes, here's Johnny.
Johnny.
Carson. Yeah, well, nice answer there. Passing all the way. Edward, next question. A temporary matter. When Mr. Pirzada came to dine and the treatment of Bibi Haldar are 3 of the 9 stories in which short story collection winner of the 1999 Pulitzer for fiction. The stories deal with the lives of Indians and Indian Americans who are caught between their roots and the new world.
No, pass.
Passing. Okay, passing to Shashwat. Which book?
Pass.
Rahim.
Pass.
Srinath.
Pass.
Another X here. This is Interpreter of Maladies by Jhumpa.
Oh, it is into. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it is Interpreter of Maladies. Yeah. Yeah, I said cure treatment of maladies. Sadly, no point was given. All right, Shashwat, set of 2. Which record smashing 2009 military sci-fi film will see a sequel later this year, subtitled The Way of Water? Kate Winslet will be a new cast member, while Sam Worthington and Zoe Saldana keep their original roles.
Avatar.
Avatar is correct. I think this is your dance question. In Indian mythology, the Hindu god Vishnu had a female avatar, an enchantress named Dash. This avatar names which Indian dance form that is practiced in the luscious style, a way to dance that is feminine, delicate, and eros-filled. It was banned by the British from 1931 to 1938, but partially repealed in 1940.
Mohiniyattam.
Mohiniyattam, yes. Attam means dance. Well done. Rahim, your set of 2, penultimate set of 2. A dash lady, also known as a dash auntie, is a woman who sells or delivers this health company's product, a beverage, door to door. These part-time workers are only seen in China, the Philippines, and Indonesia and Latin American countries, although the company sells in 31 countries. Which company is this? Which company is this? Synonymous with its product that's having a moment thanks to Netflix's delightful teen rom-com To All the Boys I Loved Before. Yeah, 10 seconds.
I don't know. Kombucha.
Not kombucha. Edward.
Pass.
Shashwat.
Pass.
Srinath.
Pass.
All right, so this is the Japanese probiotic drink.
Yakult.
Yeah, it is Yakult.
I guess.
It is Yakult. Yeah, this is Yakult. Rahim's second question in this round. Originally a counterculture event from 1968 to 1970, which British music festival held annually in Newport led to a law preventing overnight open air gatherings of more than 5,000 people on the namesake island. Revived in 2002, this 1970 event with 600,000 attendees is the most attended musical event in history.
Isle of Wight.
Isle of Wight Festival. Yes, that's correct. And we come to the final round. Srinath has a lead. Shashwat and Rahim tied on 11. Srinath, which tennis great winner of 7 major singles title failed to win any of them at Wimbledon, losing the 2001 and 2006 finals to Venus Williams and Amelie Mauresmo respectively. Along with Kim Clijsters, she took her country to the first Fed Cup crown in 2001.
Justine Anna Arda. Justine Anna.
Just Enin would have also been accepted. Yeah. All right, Srinath, next question. Erika Leonard used a pen name born from a love for Twilight for the initial versions of her erotica scenes. Later, she took on the name she is now known by, though the provenance of the last name therein is unknown. Supposedly, she came up with it in 3 minutes. What is the name she is known by now?
E.L. James.
Yeah, E.L. James is correct. Edward, this equipment with a name originating from the Latin for hammer is used in which sport that appeared in the 1900, 1908, 1920, 1924, and 1936 Olympics? Argentina won in 1924 and 36. Length of this equipment ranges from 50 to 53 inches.
Polo.
This is a polo. Stellenbosch, Constantia, Parle, and Worcester are some of the major wine growing regions of which country? Some famous wine brands from this country include Talbosch, Canocop, and Salonsberg.
Austria.
Not Austria, Shashwat.
South Africa.
Yeah, Parle is in South Africa. Yes, that's correct. Well done. Shashwat, set of 2. Which 2015 Yorgos Lanthimos surreal black comedy film winner of the jury prize at Cannes stars Colin Farrell and Rachel Weisz attempting to build a relationship in 45 days? The film is named after an animal whose hard exoskeleton and cold-bloodedness signifies the protagonist and not for his purported monogamy.
The Lobster.
Yeah, this one passed to Rahim. So no musketeer. No musketeer. All right, Shashwat. After her marriage ended, Marguerite Johnson became a pro dancer and took on a stage name that contained her childhood nickname and a modification of her Greek ex-husband's last name. This distinctive name would later be a pen name under which this phenomenal woman wrote Pulitzer Prize-winning poems and performed Grammy-winning spoken word album. What pen name? Yeah, 10 seconds. Will need an answer?
Atwood.
No, it's not Margaret Atwood. Edward.
Pass.
Rahim.
Pass.
Srinath.
Maya Angelou.
Yeah, Maya Angelou. That's how you get this Greek surname. Yeah. Last 2 questions of the quiz. Srinath has a healthy lead. Rahim, Barossa Valley, McLaren Vale, Yarra Valley, and Tamar Valley are some of the major wine growing regions of which country? Some famous wine brands for this country include Penfolds, Jacobs Creek, and Katnook Estate.
Australia.
Australia is correct. I think there's a music video question. More a short film than a music video. Which director's video for Michael Jackson's Bad is 18 minutes long and was shot across 6 weeks? Video star Jackson and Wesley Snipes and is inspired by West Side Story. The director has also helmed docus about Bob Dylan, the Rolling Stones band, and George Harrison. Ten seconds.
Spike Lee.
And miss out sadly. Edward.
Ken Russell.
Not Ken Russell. Shashwat.
Pass.
Srinath.
I'll just guess and say the Scorsese.
Yeah, so really, Scorsese is correct. And that's the end of the quiz.
Oh, okay. Wow.
This is Martin Scorsese. Srinath winning with 18 points. Shashwat taking the second spot with 13. Rahim, we are coming close behind. Good game.